Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
inside the trenches.
Favorite. I'm live in the building. I got my homie CL NOLA. We got Lil Chris in the building.
You know that.
And we all bucked up. You know, things could be better, right? We would have wanted some wins this weekend. But, you know, like BG once says, you got to get it how you live. Well, I hope y'all had a great week. Thank y'all so much for joining us here on ESPN Baton Rouge. We want to take this time to thank our sponsor for this segment, the Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Down here in New Orleans, baby, big 504. Me and G was in the suite this weekend at the LSU Florida game.
Nice.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, baby, Fave down there representing the 504. If you have any injuries from a car incident or you're just involved in an accident, you're not at fault, you could call 504-800-888. Again, it's 504-800-888. Let's leave an 8 out. 4 8s at the end.
4 8.
So shouts out to Get Gordon. Get Gordon, get it done. Fellas, the LSU Tigers definitely got it done this weekend, pulling off a victory. Listen, Florida came to play. I know it was a lot of controversy in the pressers after this. We will touch base on that. But most importantly, the Tigers won, and this is the first time in a very long time we started off 3-0. This is 5 years in the making. Listen, I don't care who the opponents. Yes, I do care who the opponents are. We did play at the time, Clemson was ranked number 4 when we played them.
Correct.
And Louisiana Tech was an opponent who came in to fight. They're going to fight their season this year. And Florida did the same thing. Florida came in off of a UCF loss. So
Right.
I thought it was important that they went out and balled. We'll come to the man, the myth himself, CL NOLA. The guy, he attends at least 5 road games. I don't know if he's going to be in. I think he's going to go Seattle. Then he's going to fly to Buffalo. So we're going to probably have to FaceTime him in for a couple of those Mondays.
Let me come to Buffalo with you.
There you go.
I don't FaceTime.
Y'all can follow him at CL_NOLA on the social media. CL, I guess overall, LSU offensively, what stood out for you? And, it was a victory against Florida.
A lot of things stood out to me. The inefficiency on third down kind of spoke to me. We understand 5 turnovers from any team. It could have been Jesuit High School. You expect to dominate a football game. 10 points is considered a blowout anywhere in America, so I would definitely go with that. But I was just surprised that it wasn't a bigger onslaught with the 5 turnovers to be mentioned.
That's a really good point. I know you would expect 5 turnovers. The score had to be at least 40-10 on the low end. So I get what you're saying. I'm glad you didn't ask a question like that at the press conference. But Coach Kelly,
nah,
Chris,
I let him live. I'll give him 24 hours.
Okay. So Chris, when you think about LSU and their offensive performance, we'll get to the defense here in a second. What really stood out to you?
On the offensive side of the ball? What stood out to me was, I would say Xavier Thomas had a little bit of a better game.
Yeah.
He had a touchdown catch. Garrett Nussmeier didn't do too bad. 15 for 27, 220 yards and a touchdown. I definitely would like to see this offense do more. Cade Dorm actually did pretty good too, 93 yards rushing. Would like to see a little bit more out of the offense for sure moving forward. But I would say my most standout performance is definitely Cade Dorm for sure.
Yeah. And listen, if you're able to go out there and 93 yards, of course, the big run at the end tagged on a lot of that.
Right.
But if you're able to go out there and win the game, that does have some value. I'll give my take on the offense. From the beginning, you thought we would see more from the running game.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why Mike did ask, and he's a writer out in Baton Rouge, television out in Baton Rouge, why he would ask that question. I get what Coach Kelly's passion was at the moment.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
since then, he did go and apologize to Mike, who asked that question.
Mm.
I will say this, and I don't mind saying this on air. That is probably one of my biggest fears, right? That's why I don't do a lot of post-game presses. I don't mind post-practice. That's cool. But post-game, you'll never catch me there.
Right.
Because I'm a man first. So for me, it's kind of hard for somebody to – I would have snapped. I know for a fact, I would have went viral for real because it's a respect thing first.
For sure.
I don't think the question was out of line.
Not at all.
And I will say Coach Kelly, cool. And that was some real spill before media had a chance to go and run it. You heard me. He was able to go in and apologize like a man. So I guess that's a big subject.
Right.
After a win, CL, give me your take.
Yeah, it definitely was a big subject, but in real life, two things can be true at the same time. There was an inefficiency on third down. There was 5 turnovers by the other offensive team. I can understand the frustration of Coach Kelly because it is big pressure to play at LSU at 7:00 at night. An SEC team, I also respect the fact that it was an SEC team. Yeah, they had a bad showing the week before, but at the same time, them boys put on their tugs the same way everybody else do, and they have 5 stars and NIL deals themselves over there. So I get both sides of it. Obviously, coming from a player side and then switching over to media, I do understand both sides of it. But at the same time, I think Coach Kelly has to be a better reactor to real life questions.
If y'all just tuning in Inside the Trenches, baby, we're talking about LSU's big time win, 20-10, 3-0, 1-0 in SEC play. This week, the Tigers take on Southeastern University right there in Hammond, Louisiana. They come and represent. Shouts out to Southeastern. I love the Louisiana affairs. The last few years we have had Louisiana Tech come through. We've had Grambling, Southern. So to get a lot of in-state games is huge. Also, CL, Chris, this weekend, not 1, 2, we got a double header. When I touch the stage, bro, I touch the stage. We got the Bud Light stage for the LSU pregame. Nice. Shouts out to Mike Lauza. I'll be hitting the stage with him in Baton Rouge. This is probably what starts at 1:30.
So, okay, because I was wondering what time it was going to be.
So, yeah, that's it in front of PMAC.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go Clark Kent.
That's the one.
That's the one. That's the Tiger One Village. Yep.
Tiger One, all right.
So, yep, I see you got your LSU bound. I'm assuming you're going to come out there to BR.
Oh, yeah.
And then, we have, ready, I'll change it to, I got my Get Gordon shirt on now, but I'm going to have an LSU shirt and something like this.
Get it done, baby.
Yeah, change it to that, but, I might rock the ice. My fit might be more like a little Chris because I sweat. When I perform,
but you know what? The weather should cooperate for you.
Yeah, it should be cool.
A lot of times you get caught down here in this swamp, but whenever we cross that Bond and Carry and get on that North Shore, that weather do you a little better at Baton Rouge.
It does. And in the September, always better than the first few games.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure. We performed, I think that was the beginning of September last year for last. I'm telling y'all, Wild Wolf Pants. Boy, it was hot. So Florida did throw 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
Correct.
5 of them things. Yeah. Our defense just shut it out. Listen, they scored 0 points in the second half. They snuck them with 3 points in the first half, 7 in the second quarter. I said first half, first quarter, second quarter. But that was it. This LSU defense has been crazy. And the 2 West Bank boys, I'm glad you St. All Cat, Marrero dude here, West Bank.
Yes,
so
he
3
is.
West Banks, that's like the 3 amigos. You feel me?
West Bank, the best bank.
Yeah, hello.
Well, eventually, we're not scratching on a pole that hasn't been seen. Mr. Thomas, are we really paying attention to where this young man is actually playing wide receiver and running back at the same time?
Oh, yeah.
He's slashing it, bro.
I mentioned that last week.
I understand there's so much more talent around him, but at some point in time, this young man is doing this in the SEC, and it needs to be mentioned along the greats of, dare I say, Travis Hunter, what he did last year.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
He's doing it offensively, and they know that it's coming to him, and he's still being successful. I think this is a story to be watched.
There's a Monday brain again. It's somebody else I'm thinking about. He's in Cleveland now, played at Ole Miss.
Junkins.
Quashon Junkins.
Yeah. Junkins. That's kind of how Ole Miss used him in their offense as well. So
he had a pretty good game yesterday too against the Ravens.
Yeah. What was that final score?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Man.
We're gonna do NFL the next segment. Hello. Next segment, y'all definitely stick around. We're gonna go around the NFL and of course locally talk here, New Orleans Saints. LSU's defense, big ups to Deshaun Keys or Devon Keys. coming off of the bench, because there was drive 2. Whit Weeks got ejected from the game, which that was
questionable.
Very questionable. Yeah, we definitely gonna get into that. But 14 total tackles, 6 solos, a half a sack. Then, okay, you kick 1 Weeks out, but the other weeks you still have to deal with him. He had 12 tackles, 4 solo tackles. To Marcus Cooley, 9 tackles, 6 solo. AJ Halsey, 4 solo tackles, 6. I mean, the production was there. Then Harold Perkins, and then so on and so forth. Excuse me, in regards to production of those guys. But one thing that I like to highlight, and Chris, I would be remiss if I didn't. The amount of sacks that they were able to get, and LSU racked up 3 sacks. So that's now 3 games where they at least had 2.5, 3 sacks. It's not heavy production, Chris, but it's at least impactful production that LSU has going on right now.
Oh, yes. And honestly, besides the defensive line, I'm about to tell you my breakout player of the defense.
Talk to me.
Deshaun Spears. And I say Deshaun Spears because sophomore, 6'3", had 2 interceptions, returned one of them for a touchdown. He just had an awesome game, and he was really the game changer for LSU's defense.
Yeah, CL. I mean, and here's a guy that he wasn't a starter.
Right.
And that speaks volumes about LSU and the depth that they have on defense. That's how we did it, y'all. Like, people wonder how we did it with a whole bunch of 2- and 3-star athletes, meaning win a national championship or go deep in the in the rankings and able to go to a BCS bowl game, because back then that's what it was really all about. But CL, for LSU now to get back to the depth that they have on defense, both on the line and the linebacker core, and now we got secondary.
Mm-hmm. They have it all. If you watch Inside the Trenches, I believe we all have sat here and agreed that LSU has it all. I might have personally questioned the coaching, Coach Kelly to be exact, but for the most part, they have it all. I guess I've taken the position to look at it with a half-empty set of eyes. I just see concerns. Even like I said with the 5 turnovers, Florida still had dominated in time possession, 37
They dominated
minutes.
every statistical category besides turnovers.
Yeah, so I know y'all feel me when I tell you how I look at it.
100%.
I'm just wondering, with this upcoming schedule, does LSU really have a team that will really stretch them and really see what they really are? Because I think LSU should dominate the players, the games that they have played with the talent that they have. I'm just missing the disconnect.
Well, it will involve LSU having to pick up their running game. I mean,
100%.
The 2 things that's essential in football, especially championship football, is having one hell of a running game and having defense playing lights out. I mean, that's just the basis across the game. And it shows, I'm going to show you a factor. It's no secret in the first 3 years. This is Coach Kelly's 4th year at LSU. The first 3 years, we had clip his wings. In 3 years, we've had 3 terrible defenses. I mean, I think in the year that was 2023.
Worse.
I remember
that was awful.
I was working
Jaden Daniels
remotely.
year?
The Jaden the last one, correct?
Yep.
So
Heisman. Yep.
The Heisman year. It was so crazy because I remember watching the game. I was this was Cantrell was still at Northwestern, so that's how I know it was the 2023 season.
It was.
There you go. That's your stomping grounds, Chris. So I'm keeping up with LSU on the phone. So I'm watching the game. I'm like, all right, bet. Got that, and I'm watching Cantrell game, and I'm just seeing Jaden Daniels have one hell of a game, but I'm also seeing Jason Dart. I had it right the first time. Jackson Dart have one heck of a game too on our defense with his feet. So that's what it really all boiled down to. So think of this, y'all. Take this defense and that offense.
I said that,
and that's what we did a lot of. We did a lot of that. Me, BT, and Hunt, we were talking about that. Like everybody, that's the first thing we say. Like even Brain, our engineer. Boy, if we had that 23 offense.
Yeah. Mr. Daniels ran for 1,000 yards that year. Let's just put that in perspective. I'll just leave it there. He ran for 1,000 yards by
story.
himself that year. So to have a lick of defense, just have a pinch of more defense, if that's even grammatically correct.
National championship.
Oh my goodness.
It was, and so
National
that's what I'm
championship.
saying. And I think about the 2007 national championship team that we were on. We had depth because me and Glenn was hurt a lot. Like I missed like 3 or 4 games. Glenn missed a few games. We had both of us played hurt because we was battling in them trenches. Like Tebow had like 20 rushing yards on us. He was averaging 100 yards a game. So it was just the trenches play. And I'm seeing LSU get back to that, like Big Tank Guidry, we call Jacoby, and we call him Big Tank, Bernard Gooden. And then you had McKinley, my bro, the rotation, Pie Bomb coming off the edge. Now check this out. It was a little controversy. I forgot to tell the guys to pull up the tape, right? So we doing the show, Sierra. I think I said this to both of y'all. Shouts out to Conquer Sports on this one. Conquer Sports former client or client for college as well. Christian Stamps. Now, mind you, Christian, he's like the 4th offensive lineman on the depth chart. So people want to know how to get chippy in the beginning of the game between LSU and Florida. Florida was supposed to warm up on their side of the field. They came all the way to our student section and just basically like stunting on us. I don't know if y'all saw Ghetto Stories with Boosie and Webby the movie. Remember Boosie and them were leaning on the car, leaning on Webby them car like, yeah, we just over here leaning up on your stuff. Like it was
To the shoulder injury with Nuss.
being tough. I just think Nuss was being tough because remember the bad passes we were seeing us.
Oh yeah.
He was strong. This dude got a strong arm, so you know
you need everything to throw the football,
and that's what muscular,
Yeah.
right? That's all. So that's you can't tape it up or get. You know, you just got it's kind of like your hamstring. You just got to ice and take time.
As a former LSU player, with the training that you guys have, the excellent training that you guys have, and trainers, do you see that situation getting better in the season or maybe after a bye?
I think that situation will get better in the bye. So this is what I would do. Starting Sunday, right? Nuss isn't doing nothing. He's not practicing right now. He didn't practice today. He's not practicing tomorrow. He's not practicing the rest of this week.
Is it possible they'll start number 8 against Southeastern?
That would be dope. If you're talking about Juwan Johnson, it'll probably be 11, but I wouldn't be surprised if I see a few of those Juwan Johnson, the Cupid Shuffle packages. That's what he's alluding to right there, the Cupid. Cupid, if you're watching, bro, we ain't forget about that. You see your boy shining. What did I tell Cupid? I said, look, bro, I can't tell you he going to get a lot of snaps at quarterback, but he will see the field a lot, and he did see the field a lot. He got a fair share of snaps throughout the game because he's an electrifying player.
Freak athlete.
And look, y'all, like, that's what it's all about, right? Being able to have electrifying play. Anderson, Thomas, Johnson. Like, Caden had him a nice run. I think they ran overload.
Brown.
Heavy.
Brown. 6.
Oh, yeah. Barry and Brown.
Green.
Yeah.
Green.
When he gets back. But that's what I would do. In all honesty, y'all.
Embarrassment of riches.
Yeah.
What they call it.
I would honestly sit Nuss
all
the way through. Yeah. And then rush him all the way till Friday. Have him do the warm-ups, walkthrough, and then he go Ole Miss. Because now you got almost 2.5 weeks off. So I don't know how that's going to play out.
Maybe we started that buzz. Maybe we started that movement to maybe give Nuss a little rest. And maybe get those young guys in, no disrespect to Southeastern, but
No, I think respectively to Southeastern, Chris, they're gonna come out there and play their best game in Tiger Stadium. You at Tiger Stadium, that's a dream of yours.
Yes.
This is an opportunity for our young guys who we may need. We're dealing with injuries right now. Nuss is injured right now. You had Braylon Moore playing on a bum ankle. He playing injured. Trey Daz Green, we sent him. He had a minor strain. So you have to have your young guys ready to roll, huh, Chris?
That's all you can do. Get these starters some rest for this game and get the young players rolling because one day they're going to have to step up. One day they're going to have to, fill up big shoes and have that next man up mentality. So they got to get ready now as they can because their time will come if they just keep striving and working hard. That's my take on that.
And that's a great take, my brother. Your time will definitely come. LSU does have a lot of young talent. I do think this is a great opportunity, the Southeastern game, to get better. I think corrections right now, there's some things we have to improve in the run game. So this is going to be a huge week for the offensive line. I don't care who the opponent is, right? 2, start to get some new faces in there. I don't know why we don't see Ashton Stamps as much as we've done last year. And I know this defense is playing lights out, but this is a guy who was a starter on that team last year. So I think this is a good opportunity for him to get out there and get some run because this is going to be a big SEC stretch. I think LSU need to be about 5 to 6 deep on CL in terms of depth on the defensive backfield.
Well, we understand that this schedule, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We understand that, LSU has an embarrassment of riches of talent, not just offensively, but defensively. And I think DB coach Corey Raymond has his pick of the litter because, it hasn't even been solidified that DJ Pickett is an everyday starter. So I think the rotation is just, something to be mentioned of the pool of talent that LSU has. And I think this next Saturday they should kind of show it off because it truly is a marathon and not a sprint.
It is. I mean, Chris, what you're saying has a lot of truth to it because this is the college football era, right? And these guys have to prepare for a long stretch of season. You can't afford to have any loss, right? Every loss is much more costly now than it ever was before. Strength of power schedule does matter too. So LSU, as we mentioned, they got Southeastern coming up. LSU then takes on Ole Miss, then take on South Carolina.
That's real.
Vanderbilt, and then we get into heavy SEC play, and it is real deal Holyfield. Well, look, y'all, it is Inside the Trenches, and we just getting the show rolling, baby. We got ourselves a couple more segments here. For the next segment, we're going to get into this New Orleans Saints game, right? We're going to talk about that. Positive LSU won. Tulane had a big win. Shouts out to Tulane University. Beating Duke 34-27. Big time. What that was, Ratliff comes in there and has 111 yards rushing. Didn't let Mesa come back and win. He won in the bank account, but he didn't win the game. Hello, somebody. So shouts out to the Green Wave as well. Big win, 34-27. So that's positive, right, y'all? Edna Carr. Big ups to them. We later on in hour 2, don't go anywhere. We'll be joined by Jarryd Boyd. He gonna come and hash it out podcast. He gonna come talk to us about little high school football as well. But I can't wait to get his take on Edna Carr and Heritage because Carr beats number 7 ranked American Heritage. And Florida boys came down here and the NOLA boy let them know, not in my territory.
BTA.
You better believe.
BTA.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Selman and Lowell. Well, look, y'all don't go nowhere. Again, shouts out to the Gordon McKernan injury attorneys. Remember, get Gordon, get it done. Right here in the 504, if you had an accident and you need yourself a surefire team of attorneys that's going to work hard for you, you can hit us up at 504-800-8888. That's right. Get Gordon, get it done. Well, don't go nowhere. We'll be back here momentarily. It's Inside the Trenches right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. Hello, somebody.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Hello, somebody. It's Marlon Big Fave Favorite, Super Bowl champion and national champion. Here's the truth. Almost anybody could play college football and get a scholarship or financial aid if they know who's looking for them. Now, you may not be a Division I or Division II football player, but that doesn't mean you can't play college football on the next level. There's hundreds and thousands of schools out there that's looking for football players like you to give you a great education. Right now, the average cost of school is $27,000 a year. That means that's $180,000 just to graduate. Imagine cutting that number down with a football scholarship or financial aid support. At Conquer Sports Pros, we find the right schools that fit you, your talent, your goals, and your future. And they will pay for your education through football. Don't waste time guessing. Let us connect you with coaches and programs that are already searching for players like you. If you're serious about playing football in college to pay for your education, click the link below or visit csportspros.com and schedule a call today. Hello, somebody.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Here is where your story continues. Stretch the limits of your imagination. Create the world as you see it. One letter, one word, one pixel at a time. Move to the rhythm of your own story. Make something more. For him and her and them, for the world. Do what you love. Tell stories like never before in state-of-the-art recording, news, and editing studios. Created just for you. Learn skills that will never expire. Document moments, seconds, frames per second. Turn them into masterpieces. Creativity is more than a lifestyle. Make it a career. Tune into the sounds around you. Those notes, you were always meant to sing them. Creative boundaries, you were always meant to break them. Become the creative professional you are destined to be at the Anchor Institution for the Creative Economy. This is a stage, a world stage. New Orleans, culture rich. Loyola, hands-on access. Make the next move. Perform and work immediately. We do things differently. Use your creativity to impact society. Expand your mind. Be with and for others. Continue your story in the College of Music and Media at Loyola University, New Orleans.
Inside the trenches.
Hello, come on, hello. Yeah, it's time to move your body. Welcome back, baby. It is Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon Big Favorite, and we're live right here in the Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys studio right here at Loyola. Beautiful uptown New Orleans on this wonderful Monday night. And I have my co-host with me. I have CL NOLA, you know he rolling. If the Saints out of town, he probably there, right? And I got my man Chris, Lil Chris representing for sure, holding it down here on set. And y'all stick around hour two, not one, but two guests. Our next segment, We'll spend a little time talking high school football. We'll bounce around, talk some pro sports as well. But we'll be joined later on in the show by JB, the sports guy from the Hash It Out podcast. And
Nice.
I want to say, that's why I was checking my text. I was getting a text from former national champion of the 2019 team, now head coach at Bonneville, Andre Anthony, going to join us later to talk about their school as well. All right, fellas, wins and loss, right? You got to take the wins with the loss. So many takes we're going to do here. We will go around the NFL, and but we're going to address the elephant in the room. It's not really an elephant. It's just really us, down here in the 504. Saints, another nail-biting loss. Last week, 20-13, one catch, kicked the field goal, tie it up, going to overtime. You at home. That dome is going to erupt. The people are going to go crazy. And you win that game against Arizona. We all bucked up this week. CL like, man, shoot, George Kittle not playing. Hey, bruh, it's a Brock Purdy era, but he not going to be here today. So we had that, and it was injury after injury. But the Saints lost guys by 5 points, 26-21. Heartbreaking loss. I know both of y'all were there. I can't wait to get y'all takes. I'll run a couple of numbers. Spencer Rattler was 25 for 34, 207 yards. He did get sacked 3 times. We do have to address that, but he was able to get 3 touchdowns. CL, your guy, 50 Cent, right? Little mini man. Old Brian Robinson Jr., he comes in, just average 3 yards, but a carry. But either way, they were able to keep the clock going. Your thoughts just overall with the Saints in this matchup?
My overall thought was slow starts, penalties. The obvious is injuries. We should be used to injuries now in New Orleans. But I did like how we galvanized ourselves in the second half and began to run the football because we were down 10 points and got a rhythm and got back in it. I was inspired by Spencer Rattler's play. I still feel like we're missing that number 1 overall wide receiver. And don't get me wrong, I understand Juwan is quintessentially our number 1 wide receiver. He's not really a tight end. That's why we're missing Taysom so much. But I was surprised that the defense couldn't get off the field. We gave up 8 for 14 on third downs to San Francisco, which is obviously the money downs. They were hurt, but guys like Christian McCaffrey still made plays. Jennings, of course. It was somewhat disappointing, but motivated at the same time because, like you say, 2 things could be true at the same time. I believe the New Orleans Saints are a decent team. I just think we have not made the plays to win, and the way you make plays is to win by first not beating yourself.
Yeah, this is true. Now, Chris, you worked.
I worked at the game this
So
week.
you saw that boy in the building.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Talk to me, man. It was a good game by Spencer Rattler. I thought he stepped up overall, but when you look at the way New Orleans performed, whether it was Elvin Kamara with a very, very close, it could have went either way fumble, which, that changed the momentum of the game right there. And the home crowd, they did stick with it. But you were in the game, so obviously your observation is going to be huge. Your thoughts on the Saints' performance?
I'm with you. Spencer Rattler's performance was inspiring. I honestly think that was the best performance of his NFL career so far. Juwan Johnson, I like how he kind of made up for those drop catches earlier. Well, not drops, but, he caught the touchdown. My only thing is slow starts, yes. We got to start fast. And it was in both of those games, the Cardinals game and the Niners game. I think we have to get out of those slow starts. That's one thing. And honestly, I was a little bit disappointed in the defense. With all the injuries the 49ers had with George Kittle, a banged-up Juwan Jennings, Trent Williams, couldn't get off the field on third down. I think it was 8 for 15.
Yeah,
But
no doubt.
Yeah. It was uninspiring because the one thing we know about New Orleans and we know about New Orleans football teams is it's the defense. The defense will be the catalyst. The defense will hold us down. For us to be so inefficient on getting off the field at third down, I was sitting there and was somewhat kind of confused because I understand we started letting San Francisco dictate to us by the 2 tight end formation. So because we primarily run a nickel, even though it's a 3-4, we primarily run a nickel, and we'll have Yaldum, Taylor, and Kool-Aid in the game. But when they decided to go double tight end, we bumped Yaldum out of the game. And I know some people thought he didn't have a great game, but I'm sure he didn't have a rhythm for the constant substitution of him. And I'm not making an excuse for any of the players. What I'm saying is I'm not 100% sure if all the players on defense have actually bought in to Staley's way of defense and rotation just yet this early in the season.
So defensively, who you think needs the most improvement for the Saints?
I think the issue is I think they all do because it's about continuity. We had one game where we had two starting veteran safeties, if you want. Then we go down, and now we have a rookie safety and a veteran safety, Reed, that possibly had a rough game. At the end of the day, the defensive line looked good. The first game we get 5 sacks. We only get 3 this time, but a lot of times it's not about the actual sacks. It's about the pressure. We did not get pressure on Matt Jones Sunday.
That's
and it was just obvious, especially on third downs and him extending the plays, even though he's not
a mobile quarterback.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to play the question game with y'all. I'm going to do a couple of questions for y'all. Yeah, that's a good point. He's a pro-style quarterback, comes from a Steve Scalisian's offense at Alabama. Got him drafted in the first round on the Saban staff.
Looking like Bryce Young out there.
Yeah, him and Daniel Jones are making the case.
Look like Matt Jones.
I'm gonna say this. I know I got questions for y'all, and listen, if y'all are tuning in right now, definitely like and subscribe Inside the Trenches with Marlon Favorite on YouTube, and y'all comment below right here on our YouTube channel here at ESPN Baton Rouge. Again, we're live here every week, 6:30 p.m. But definitely click below. But man, so much. Okay, y'all. All right. How can I start with this? All right. So, who is coaching you have so much to do with your success? I can't, I could go in as deep back as with Sean Payton and Drew Brees and that whole deal, but the coach matters. Look at Daniel Jones this year. Look at Mac Jones this year. Having to come in a backup position, but still, you're in a different situation. They lost to the Cowboys, but look at Russell's numbers. Russell going to put up big numbers all the time.
Yep.
But who's coaching you matters. And that's the case here with the Saints. Because you take this situation, I'll go defensively. This is a defense where if you run all the pieces right, it's lights out. You got more speed on the field.
Right.
Yep.
So to CL's point, that will be important. Also, grades. Y'all know I like to go on Pro Football Focus. I do it all the time. Who was the highest graded player on offense for the Saints?
Spencer Rattler.
Spencer Rattler was definitely the highest graded.
He played a good game.
He played a good game, 79%. That's a pass, almost a B. And he played. This guy is getting better each week.
Absolutely.
I just don't think and let's look at it. We understand that San Francisco was hurt.
Yeah.
But we also understand that the Shanahan, the Purdy,
true.
the Trent Williams, the McCaffrey, the Jennings, these boys been in this offense for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So even the backups have been in that offense for 3. We have a new head coach, a new system. Everybody's learning anew. There is no continuity on the offensive line.
That's true.
We're constantly having to deal with injuries on the offensive line. We have new receivers every other week.
Yeah.
And shouts out to Vele for catching the touchdown over the middle,
true.
showing them big boy style. But at the end of the day, we don't even have coordinated celebrating. And I hate celebrating. I hate the dancing. But think about how we don't have continuity to where they don't even have a coordinated celebration because everybody's just so new. We're constantly trying to learn. We're trying to figure out what we can do with the talent that we have before they go out injured. You would have never told me that Fuaga would have whiffed on that 4th down play and missed the block. You know? That has to do with continuity more than physical ability, you know, and comfortness inside the offense. I don't think we've bought in offensively or defensively.
Nah, that's a good point. And everything starts at the top. It all goes back to choosing your starting quarterback so late. Listen, Spencer Rattler was going to have to be a starter regardless.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I don't care how much vested interest you had in Shuck, you did draft him at 40 is high. That's a high pick, but he wasn't drafted in the first 10 picks. So you're not obligated to play him right away. You roll with Spencer Rattler. I don't look at his record either. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, he 0-8 as a starter." Man, he got thrown in the fire, right? Who's the second highest graded person for the Saints?
Ooh.
CL.
Well, it ain't me.
What you say, Chris?
I will go with. Is it Camaro?
No. Jake Stoll.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. 77.9. He had 18 snaps, though. All right, let's go to the Saints defense.
Okay.
Who is the highest graded player on defense? Y'all know? So we got Spencer Rattler and Jake Stoll on the offense, the top. Take on that 18 snaps. Defense, just, starters, just take a guess.
It ain't Tyrann Matthew.
Take your time. I got the sheet over the cover up. CL might be looking.
It ain't Justin Reed. It ain't Isaac Yaldum.
No.
It's definitely not Isaac Yadam.
Oh no.
Yadam, whatever. It's definitely not Isaac
It ain't
Yadam.
Foskett, even though he's not on the team no more. I was trying to be.
What Foskett right now?
Was it Green?
The Green. Somebody. I gotta pull it
Grandison. Carl Grandison.
No, but he played good.
Pretty good.
All right, DeMario Davis. I'm surprised y'all didn't get that. He had 81.9.
That would have been my second guess.
All right, who was the second highest graded Saint? If you don't guess in 10 seconds, I'll give you a hint.
What's the hint?
It's not 10 seconds.
Brian Brazil.
CL said his name already.
Brian Brazil, brother.
Nope. You didn't say it's Brian Brazil. CL said his name already in this tape. So for the people watching, if y'all know the answer, y'all comment below.
He said his name already.
CL legit just said his name. He was naming play. This is when you were trying to figure out who's the highest graded, which was DeMario Davis.
It's not P. Warner, huh?
Nope. He didn't say people. You tired of guessing?
Let me see. Don't give me one. Justin Reed.
Yep, Justin Reed. Justin had 76.6 grades. So I mean, overall, I say that, y'all, and that's Pro Football Focus. If y'all want to check that out, I say that because this team ain't as bad as I thought they was.
Oh no,
they're not. CL. No. They really not as bad as they. We could coach certain areas a little better, right? We can improve, right, on our running game. We do need to get healthy.
I'm gonna tell you this, gentlemen. A lot of times we have scenarios, not just in football, but in real life. So in real life, I was trying to figure out earlier today, how would I convey this message to the Who Dat Nation, Baton Rouge, and anybody that's in earshot of my voice? Do not be worried about the New Orleans Saints. We are trending in the right direction. I do understand that we are 0-2, but I will remind you, so are the Kansas City Chiefs. So realize it is a marathon, not a sprint. We're trending in the right direction. We're somewhat healthy compared to what we've been through. We're still trying to get continuity offensively. We'll be okay. And I always said this, and no matter how bad y'all thought the Saints were going to be, we're going to exceed that expectation because when you do schedules and you do predictions of records, the one thing they never do is factor in injuries. I just saw a quarterback go down tonight, and amongst other ones, like a Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
How does that factor into records now? I guarantee you, and I'm not a Vegas person, I guarantee you they're scrambling out west.
Yeah, and listen, the injuries not only plague our team, but it happens across the league. Like y'all just mentioned, Joe Burrow. That tanks the season for them. Now they need to figure out how they need to improve that offensive line. But we need to get Trevor Penning out there. Cesar Ruiz's production is down. His grades don't look as well.
The worst right guard in football. I can be honest.
And I hate to say it like that. Yeah.
Not my personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean that's where I got it from. That's where I got it from. And then Isaac Yadam, bro. They was just picking on him. I mean, I was calling the shots when I saw. Oh, yep, they about to go. Jennings gonna catch it on Yadam. Like it was.
Might be time for 29. Riley. Might be time for Riley to get some run.
I would really consider it. Or look, in respects to Yadam, he's a veteran and he may need to kind of get adjusted to the system. You did mention that. But move him inside, and I know Alante told us to our face at the HBCU Classic.
Right.
Put him where you're gonna put him and leave him there. But he might need to reconsider, read some litter, and help us out on the outside.
Well, last year or year before last, we got frustrated with Taylor and set him down for a little bit, and he came back like gangbusters. You know, this is a league of attrition. You know, everything doesn't work out when we want it to. Sometimes you have to sit down and view what you do and maybe put a different set of eyes on it and get back in there. This is a team. If we have other players that can actually do better or you think they could contribute, we might as well give them a chance because everybody's scared to say the rebuilding word in New Orleans. We are rebuilding right now. And this is the process, and these are the things that happen when you rebuild. And so we shouldn't be holding anyone to the point where we don't want to start someone else because of maybe draft status or experience. I think we should give everybody a play, especially bringing in another kicker to battle Groupie because I think he's too comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, and when we need him, he does freeze in those moments. And these are the things that are costly. Like games have momentum swings. Like just because this game was lost by 5 points and the week before we lost by a solid 7, that's still all one score. We score, swing the momentum our way, get a turnover. Something to happen. All right, fellas, let's look ahead for the New Orleans Saints as we wrap here.
Made field goal.
Made field goals. So the Saints got a little rough patch here. Going on the road, not going to be the hottest. We're probably looking at starting the season off, and I'm not speaking this. Listen, I hope the Saints go on the road, beat Seattle. I hope they go on the road and beat Buffalo. My football senses, right, hadn't planned for all them organizations I just mentioned. I don't know. But I know Gotcha said right in that chair, and he said, hey, man, we can't predict the game before it happens. We just got to play it. So we're going to go with little brother, and we're going to play the game. And hopefully, the game is to be, played the right way.
Well, the one thing I know about hope is you better hope you got a whole lot of it. Because I just scouted Seattle earlier today. You're talking about a Jigba. You're talking about a Cooper Kupp. You're talking about a Walker. You're talking about the rookie tight end from Miami. His name runs from it. Of course, I had it. You have a Charbonnet, fullback, running back.
You got some guys.
We up for a task on Sunday, and the Putrid Sound is waiting for us to come in because no one has any mercy for the New Orleans Saints.
And look, everything does the sky gets clearer after Buffalo. If you could fight Buffalo and Seattle and win those games, you take on New York at home, you play the Patriots at home. Those are 2 winnable games. You take on the Bears on the road, you can win that game. So now you're 3-4, right? I'm going worst case scenario. Play the Bucks at home, you could be 4-4 going into the end of October. I'm not giving these 2 games L's, Chris. I'm not saying that they're gonna just go on the road and tank it against. I'm saying tank it. That's a cool word. I'm gonna say give up on the road. The Saints will surprise you and win on the road, huh, Chris?
They definitely can from time to time. You play to win the game, and like Gaucho said, you just got to play it. You can't predict the game before it starts. Just got to play to win.
Well,
And anything can happen. It's the NFL. These players, they are in the NFL for a reason. And any given Sunday, any given day.
wow. Well, the good part about it is we actually do play good on the road. Recently, I couldn't tell you the last time we actually won a game in the Superdome. So maybe the road is something that we need to do to kind of galvanize us all together. Because I believe we're a decent team, but we're just not making the plays to win football games, and that is to each man has to come to a decision on what we need to do to be better. And it doesn't start Sunday; it starts tomorrow.
Well, the Saints, y'all, got to get it going this week. Seattle, they rolling hot right now. You have, Sam Darnold, big money guy out there, and then you go to Buffalo, Josh Allen trying to go win the MVP again. I saw that performance the other night against the Ravens. Brother playing lights out. So I know what the Saints could do. They could just continue to keep themselves healthy, keep their bodies in shape. And so can you, baby. Stillbody.org, definitely. Dr. Kendra, shouts out to you giving us the sea moss. Is just about gone, so I'm going to have to re-up on that. Y'all got to get her flavor-infused sea moss. She has the strawberry. She has the pineapple. I ended up getting the pineapple. Delicious. Got me a scoop every morning. A little bit of the elderberry, y'all. We're getting into COVID is ramping up. We have the winter season is going to be coming here soon. The weather's going to be changing up. Got to keep y'all bodies full of the nutrients that y'all need. Visit stillbody.org for more information. Well, look, y'all, the show is just getting rolling, babe. We're going back-to-back with the guests. We'll have Jarryd Boyd, JB the sports guy, that's right, joining us next. The Hash It Out podcast. He's going to talk to us about some of the big-time high school games that was played this weekend in Louisiana, and then we'll look ahead to some weeks before as well. Well, look, it's Inside the Trenches. Y'all don't go nowhere. We're live right here, you heard me, on ESPN Baton Rouge. Hello, somebody.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Hey, you, what's up? My name is Marlon Big Faith Favorite, Super Bowl champion and national champion. And here are the top 5 ways to stand out for college recruits. Number 1, explosive first 15 seconds on your highlight film. Listen, attention spans are short nowadays. You got to be able to catch their attention right away. So that big hit, make sure it's at the top of that tape. Number 2, consistent game stats. Each week, have your stats updated. If you had 4 tackles for loss and a sack, you need to make sure that's upgraded on your social media. Number 3, strong GPA plus test scores equals college scholarships. Gives you more opportunities. If you have the high grades and if they could get you some extra funds because of your test scores, that is huge. Number 4, positive attitudes coaches can trust. If you have a positive attitude and you look like you could be a nice locker room guy and build a team up, coaches love that. Number 5, hustle on and off the field. So just as well as you're out there making tackles or touchdown catches, you need to be active in your community. A lot of you guys want NIL brands. You need to be able to establish yourself out publicly. And that's definitely key, baby. So look, if you're serious about being recruited, go to csportspros.com if you want help getting a football scholarship. Hello.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Yeah, we back on Inside the Trenches. Need I mention? I'm texting that boy Andre Anthony. Yo, guy, he coaching at Bonneville right now,
That's right.
JB. So he's getting ready to come on.
Okay.
Called D. Yep. He's just getting it on. But look, y'all, we are back here live. It's Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon Big Favorite. I'm joined here by CL NOLA. And we have a very special guest in the building. That's right. Every so often, you'll catch him on our show talking high school football, keeping us in the loop with some of the superstars here, right here in South Louisiana. He's been rocking in the city for a long time, has his own podcast on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. The Tuesday and Thursday, better wild for the streets.
Right.
But if you want to know about high school football and all the action around South Louisiana, the Hash It Out podcast airs on YouTube Tuesday and Wednesday evening. We have in the building none other than JB, the sports guy. Welcome back to the show, JB.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
feels
you're
good to
right.
be back. What's up, fellas?
Yeah, you're right.
Coolin', man. I mean, listen, all the hype and what it's been staged to be is happening here in high school football throughout the Southeast region. And you did a little traveling this week. Starting on Thursday, you went to De La Salle, Holy Cross.
Yes.
I did hear it on Crescent City Sports, keeping up with the plays.
Okay.
We have players with Concord Sports on both sides of the ball. We have Holy Cross. We had my man Sebastian Perez.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Shamar Bridges, your guy from De La Salle. I want to ask about those guys' performances, but before we get into what your thoughts on them, what was your thoughts on just overall that matchup between those two?
I'll tell you what, I was impressed with Holy Cross due to the fact that their defense stepped up at times when they needed. De La Salle didn't score a point. De La Salle, I believe, got into the goal line twice. First and goal, second and goal, third and goal, and didn't score. One was a pick six from their cornerback. So I was impressed with the defensive performance from Holy Cross. We know about Corinne Johnson, their running back, but the quarterback, Jacoby Ferrier, showed me something that I didn't know he had, and that's some wheels. He's committed to Southeastern,
Okay.
but able to escape the pocket and get down the field at times was something I didn't know that he could do, and I was impressed with him.
Wow. Okay. Well, brother, we know we had a very explosive weekend of high school football, and I'm going to treat you how they treat me.
Okay.
What was your favorite game this weekend?
Oh, man.
Come on.
You already know what it is. You already know, man, because when I left West St. John High School, I put it on my phone immediately, Edna Carr and American Heritage. And just the amount of talent on that field that you saw was just ridiculous. But Edna Carr, struggling a little bit on offense, but finding ways to win. And to me, the biggest play of the game was Aiden Hall causing that fumble at the 1 yard line and the ball going through the back of the end zone for a touchback. If that doesn't happen, I think American Heritage walks out with that victory. That's how big that was to prevent them from scoring. So, and then Edna Carr has a kicker kicking a 37-yard field goal to go into overtime. How big was that? How big was that? I talked to offensive coordinator John Johnson, and he said it's 4th and 18, and Coach Bryce Brown goes, "So what play you got?" He said, "I don't have a play. Send the kicker in."
Number 42. I actually met him after the game. Forgot his name. I'm so sorry, little brother. Because what was funny was we were actually calling him a kicker from the 90s name. His name is Alejandro. He actually kicked for Call years ago. And we just happened to call him that, and then actually leaving out the tunnel, actually running it into him. I mean, this guy has to be 5'2", 155 pounds, and I was so impressed. Impressed because first of all, this was his first time in the Dome. Obviously, his first time kicking in the Superdome.
Mm-hmm.
The bright lights, the big game, the television, for him to just calm his heart down enough to, and I mean, it was good. It was good for about another 5-10 more yards.
Yeah.
So, shouts out to the young man and his parents. I'm so sorry I can't remember your name right now, brother. And shouts out for Bryce for having the wherewithal and believing in not just his star players, but all his players to get it done in a big game during prime time.
That's definitely right.
Well, late time.
Right,
Yeah.
but we know
About
in the
midnight.
car is not known for having kickers. We
Right,
know that.
true that.
So
true
this
that.
guy went out there and kicked a 37-yard field goal to tie the game, and with no time left.
Right.
You got to credit him,
Right.
and credit, like you said, Coach Bryce Brown and the coaching staff for having faith and belief in him, trusting him to go out there to get the job done.
Yeah, what you saw was you saw two coaching staffs going at it, man. That was good coaching, good play.
Right.
Even John Johnson III, him being able to stay with it after a couple mistakes, and when you were down, having to get back in it, I thought that showed a lot of promise. And then Edna Carr's defense, particularly at the front, it wasn't easy to run on them, right? You know, they were pretty stout with Big Animal and Big Richard Anderson in the middle, but boy, that game was hype. I know a lot of people. It was late, but
Yeah.
I ended up. Shouts out once again to Crescent City Sports for the YouTube clips. That's the only way was able to keep up. You went to St. James too. St. James versus West St. John.
Yes.
How that game was? Deron Thomas, baby.
Yeah, Deron Thomas. Look, his squad's gonna be good, and like I said, I think they're gonna make a deep run in the playoffs for Division IV non-select, but they're not yet on the level of St. James, especially this St. James veteran squad. And St. James jumped on them early, and St. James won 52-6. St. James got a lot of weapons on offense. You got Jawan Jackson, a quarterback, a sophomore. You got Kanai King Young at running back, senior. You have Ja'Kias Villanova, wide receiver, senior. You got his younger brother that plays running back, Jaden Villanova. They have weapons everywhere on offense. And defense, they're so fast, they cause West St. John to make a lot of mistakes and to do things that they didn't want to do. So basically what it was, St. James is just so dominant right now.
Period. How you think they'll do in the stretch of the season, playoffs and all?
Oh, I think St. James come back to the Dome, third straight year.
Oh wow.
I really do, man. It's
wow.
We saw them 2 years ago. They came back last year with a very, very young team and got back to the Dome. And this team is back. They're back. The same players. So I just don't see St. James losing at all in the playoffs unless they beat themselves.
Right.
That's the only way.
That's real. Shaw versus Romo this weekend.
Yeah.
The matchup for the Megadome. Romo had a big-time game in the Dome, too, defeating U High.
Yep.
A lot of speed in their secondary. Caught a couple of the highlights, but I was at the Shaw and West Jeff game. Cool to see the two old teams play against each other, so I had to go on both sidelines.
Yes,
respect for both. And Coach Hank was messing. Say, Faye, sing the damn alma mater. I said, you sing the alma mater. And he was like, I didn't know we had an alma mater. I said, me neither for West Jeff.
Right.
And then I sung the Shaw one because I remember that one. Because just being a musician, I remember I used to always memorize the song CL and Near the banks of Old Man River. And then Mike was like, oh, you got that down pat? I was like, yeah.
Well, doing my best not to be fashionably late, I was able to catch the Rumble game on TV, and I was impressed by the quarterback Tyler Holden.
Okay.
For Rumble. He was very poised. He was very once again, the Superdome is not supposed to be a normal place for a high school kid to play. And for these young men to have the wherewithal to not get caught up in the lights and stick to the game plan as you will, I was very impressed because it wasn't looking good for Rumble in the beginning. But they were able to turn it around and get it done. So I was impressed by number 17 at quarterback.
Tyler's a good quarterback. His first year starting.
Yeah.
And his second game starting ever. So to have the wherewithal to stay poised, stay calm, listen to your coaches, go through your reads on offense, you're passing the ball. You got to be very, very impressed. Very, very impressed.
So if y'all just tuning in Inside the Trenches, we got JB, the sports guy, in the building, the Hash It Out podcast. Check them out on YouTube. Subscribe. Tuesdays and Thursdays, him and the crew get on there. We got to get OG in here, man.
You got to get George Peppers in here.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
We got to get him. And,
too busy running the streets.
Yes,
the high school streets, high school football streets.
And then our guy as well, VK Jones, he joined us last year with you, but we definitely got to get him back in the building as well. When you think about, this is your rankings, right?
Okay.
Talent, so on and so forth. When you look at locally, here in New Orleans, the Catholic League, right?
Yeah.
Who are the top 4 teams? I ain't going to say 5.
Top 4.
Top 4 teams right now. Oh, and I kind of want to bring Baton Rouge into the conversation.
Come on.
But we're just going to stick in New Orleans.
Okay, we stick right here.
Baton Rouge might not like that.
Top 4 teams locally, or just a Catholic League?
I'm talking with your teams. You got your brother Marlon, your Holy Crosses of the world.
Okay.
I could mention some other teams, but I don't want,
All right.
We're sticking here in New Orleans.
All right. We'll stick right here. So right now, number 4, I will have Brother Martin.
Okay.
Brother Martin.
Okay.
And right now, Eastern Royal, my goodness, he is tearing it up.
Come on.
And Coach Mark Bonice is finding ways to give him the ball multiple times. And even with that, like I've always said, the other receivers that they have, Rex LeBlanc and Rowan Lipscomb, are also 2 good receivers to go alongside Eastern Royal. So think about it. Eastern Royal threw a touchdown pass last week. Just being a decoy, and they rushing up, and he just threw the pass, touchdown.
Come on.
Yes. Number 3, John Curtis. John Curtis has made a statement. They've taken off from where they left off last year because they started playing better football late in the season last year. And they've taken off from there. They're looking good. Number 2, the Purple Knights of St. Augustine.
Oh.
Purple Knights of St. Augustine.
Coach
Valdez, like I said, changed the culture, but the talent he has around him this year, Vashawn Coulon at quarterback, Miguel Whitley, Raekwon Williams at wide receiver. You have Ty Dominique defensive end. You got Darren Coates defensive end, Tyrone Matthew. It's so much. And even Chad Jones Jr.
Right, that's right. Chad.
Right.
Chad playing linebacker. I saw his dad was at the game.
Yes.
And that's crazy. Ty Dominique, he's another one of our Concord guys. I got Ty in like his 10, he was a freshman when we got him with Concord.
Wow.
And they said, I didn't even notice him. He changed his number to 21. I'm like, boy, Ty, you been getting surprising.
That's the one that looked like we eating houses.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I remember him.
So hold on, this is my thing. I didn't hear Rummel. That's wow, and that speaks a lot because they did beat a Division II U High team, which arguably the top defensive tackle in the country.
I didn't hear Destra.
And Lamar. Well, we just stuck with the Cali League.
Oh, okay.
And then to say that Curtis, very impressive win out in California. Yeah, I mean that sounds about right. Now, according to Louisiana football rankings, I'm on Max Prep. At number 1 is at Nicard.
That's correct, yeah.
2 Catholic, 3 Ruston, 4 John Curtis, 5 Neville, 6 Louisiana Christian Academy, St. Aug 7, right? St. Thomas More at 8, Turling's oh, excuse me, Turling's Catholic at 9 and 10 Zachary.
Okay.
Which that's the rankings that they have now, and this is according to Max Prep. Yeah, it's I don't know, y'all. To me, this is just a very interesting year. I don't know if it's because of the way the national games came together. Curtis goes out to California. Now, what was the Jesuit
played
Dallas
Jesuit
game?
in Dallas.
Jesuit.
You know, I didn't even get the result of that.
Jesuit won.
Jesuit New Orleans won.
Yeah, Jesuit New Orleans. Yeah, we won.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right, and then another Concord kid, my guy Zyron Fallstar, he's out at IMG.
Yeah.
So you don't have him. So Jesuit just continues to handle their business here. I think that's something just to speak about the Catholic lead alone, man. And then look, Holy Cross got the big time D in Sebastian Perez.
Yes.
And pitched a shutout against De La Salle.
Yes.
So it's just to me, it's just an interesting year in the Catholic League.
Look, Catholic League in 2 weeks, 15-1. That's it so far. 15-1.
That's serious.
That speaks a lot.
These games are going to be competitive because think about it, CL. Carl and St. Aug still have to play.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
That game is going to be something to watch. We like traditional games like Brother Martin versus, Holy Cross versus Jesuit.
Mm-hmm.
That game is usually a packed game for one, but this year you talked about the talent that they have at Brother Martin, and then you got Holy Cross got a defensive end that's balling out. So I'm just proud of all these guys, even with Brock Bryant, John Curtis, guard, and those dudes, they've been playing together for years. Like they've been at Curtis since 6th grade, some of them.
Continuity.
You talked about that earlier with the Saints. Sidebar, what's your thoughts on the Saints, JB?
Come on,
talk to us. Give us your take, man. Is the team better than what you thought?
Right. We don't get the Exodus enough.
Okay, so here are my thoughts on the Saints. 2 games. They've played hard. They've competed. They have. It's just penalties they got to get rid of. That's hurting them. Can't give up the big plays on 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12. That's been 2 games straight.
This is true.
So you want them in 3rd and long to get off the field. You can't have these guys converting those. That's backbreakers right there. So we that's the 2 things. Looked like Kellen Moore was more balanced with the running the pass this game. I thought that was good. Spencer has looked well.
Yeah,
he has looked well.
Yeah.
So they're competing, and I'm just still giving Kellen Moore his shot. But I say, hey, they're competing. They haven't been blown out.
Nope.
They've lost by 1 possession.
Yep.
So let's just still be patient. Be patient. Trust the process for right now. Let's see what happens. So, but I'm not mad. They're competing, and that's all I ask for right now. I think once Kellen Moore gets the players to fit his system, I think we're gonna see more progress. But right now, trust the process. They're competing. I'm not mad with the Saints. They're competing. Just got to cut some things out that's happening.
And it's a way to look at it, too, because just like you're saying, you're 100% correct. Not being able to get off the field, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 9. I think maybe if a Chase Young could actually get on the field and give us the pressure, because he was 2nd PFF last year in pressures on a quarterback, maybe he would be able to affect the pocket a little more. Because right now, we're and shouts out to Mike Rump for getting the sack yesterday. But this is the ideal time that we needed Chase Young to be coming off the edge.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, he has to be healthy. He has to be available. Cam got double teamed a lot yesterday. Brzee, I thought he did some good things. Got a pass breakup. Was start on some tackles. But like I said, it's a team that's right there. We're looking at a 2-0 Saints team. If we just clean up those penalties and Jawan Johnson catch that ball.
Yes.
It's just.
Well, I look at it, JB. So is the Kansas City Chiefs. 0-2.
0-2.
So,
yeah.
And JB, we know you're the sports guy. Crawford Canelo fight.
Come on.
Okay.
Talk to me about that. I mean, Canelo, and it looked like 2 boxers that had a lot of respect for each other.
Definitely.
But did you get you had a chance to check it out?
I watched it. I did. I did. It's what I said about Terrence Crawford many, many years ago. I said the guy figures you out. And once he figures you out, you are in trouble. We saw that when he sparred Errol Spence, and people like Crawford never fought anybody. I said, okay, y'all keep saying that. I said, but watch. Y'all going to be in disbelief when he puts a beat down on Errol Spence. He figured Spence out in the first round
Mm-hmm.
and just dominated him. When it came to Canelo, I said he's going to win this fight due to the same reason. He's going to figure you out. This guy is just so smart in the ring.
Right.
So smart. And once he figured Canelo out, he just did what he had to do. And there was a punch he connected with where I think he knew Canelo wanted to fake a left hook,
Right.
but to knock his arm down. And if you look at it slow motion, he started dropping his arm a little bit. Canelo hit the arm, so he knew the right cross was coming, and he ducked, and he came with his own left cross and popped Canelo. The guy is just so smart in the ring, man, and it's just what makes him so dangerous.
Right. And I'm not a boxing aficionado by all means, but I tend to look at different things. I realized that the split was crazy. It had a crazy differential on it. I believe Canelo left with 150, and Terrence took home 50 himself for a whole purse of $200 million. So that was kind of strange for me. But I do understand Crawford chasing the legacy of trying to be undisputed in 3 different weight classes. I mean, but nevertheless, never forget a Roy Jones Jr. Roy was someone that was able to do those kind of feats, change weight classes and dominate, obviously, until he got older.
Definitely.
But
Manny Pacquiao.
yeah,
Floyd,
yeah, that definitely sparked my mind and my interest of why the take was so off. Would you have an idea why the take was so off, 150 to 50 million?
I'm going to say this. Canelo was still the biggest draw in boxing. Still is.
Yeah.
Now, should the split have been that far apart? I don't agree to it. I don't think so. But when you look at a guy who wants to be known as the best fighter in the world and doesn't care about the money, he just wants to prove the naysayers wrong. Okay, I'll take that $50 million. And once I beat him, now I'm really am the top guy.
Right.
So if he decides to fight again, because we don't know if he's going to retire or not in regards to Terrence Bud Crawford, but if he fights again, now he has even more say.
Right.
Because now he didn't beat Canelo.
Well, and I definitely get it about, keeping it available for the rematch, because if I understand anything, I understand pay-per-view and money.
Right.
So I understand keeping the rematch. In your opinion, because once I saw maybe the first 3 rounds, I figured out to myself that seemed like to me these guys can't knock each other out, and it's just about to be. And I wouldn't, and never to discredit Pity Pat, but I was somewhat disinterested when I realized that they couldn't knock each other out. Because even with that tremendous shot that Crawford got on Canelo, he still kind of turned and looked at him like, yeah, that was a good one, but I didn't even fall or stumble.
No, you're right. And I know a lot of people looked at the weight of Canelo like, man, Canelo big. That's going to be an issue for Crawford. Crawford put on the weight and he fought him, and he outcalculated him. It was like a heavier Floyd Mayweather out there fighting, in terms of calculation. So y'all just mentioned it too, and I guess I could go to both of y'all about that. It is a possibility he may retire. But what are some other matchups y'all think may come up? There's the possibility of a rematch of Canelo, which will probably be the best deal. You got Caleb Plant, you got Demetrius Anrad, couple of fights that could happen, a possible retirement. What you think, JB?
To me, he has nothing left to prove. But if there's a fight he has that's out there that he would take, I would want it to be David Benavidez. And that's a guy Canelo has never wanted to entertain to fight. Benavidez has called out Canelo for years now, and it hasn't happened. So I would love to see Benavidez and maybe Crawford go ahead and mix it up.
Benavidez. I didn't think about that. Because there's a possibility right now the Canelo and Benavidez rematch or whatever. Outside of the rematch, I meant to say it could be Benavidez, Plant. It's all retirement. Like, he really don't have too much left to prove. I think we get that rematch and then possibly a Benavidez.
If the purse is 200 plus, I don't think he really cares who he fights. If the minimum he's going to take is 50, and then obviously if he does Benavidez, he he's gonna be the bigger card. He gets the bigger slice. And so that's why I just think that it just money-wise, it just makes more sense to do a Canelo 2.
Yeah.
But that's the best box office.
Right.
I think people, especially the Canelo fans,
y'all should have seen that casino.
Yeah, it was crazy. Think about the matchup. A young Canelo going against Floyd. Now he's big and
70,000 in a I call it Reliance Stadium.
That's crazy. JB, before we let you go, man, y'all got the show tomorrow and Wednesday. Yeah. What could our viewers expect if they log on in to hash it out tomorrow?
You come on, watch the show tomorrow, 7:00 tomorrow. We still working on trying to get a couple guests. Okay. We're working on that. But we definitely want to talk about some of the games that happened in week 2. Definitely want to talk about Edna Carr and American Heritage. That has to be talked about. Also, what a lot of people don't know, besides Edna Carr playing American Heritage, 8 other Louisiana schools played out-of-state teams.
Oh,
okay.
Louisiana went 9-0.
That's fire.
Tell them again.
That's a good teaser right there.
Tell
y'all
them
heard
again.
it. How did Louisiana go 9-0 this weekend?
Yeah.
Now, are y'all going to mention this? Did the rankings come out? Where is Carr nationally now?
I haven't seen it yet. So I'm going to go look and see where they are, but I haven't seen it yet. But I would assume Carr has jumped up some.
I love when Louisiana.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I just love when Louisiana proves me right.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go. Yeah.
And there's actually a clip going out now, me being so proud of all the teams deciding to face out-of-state competition.
Yes.
Even the Jesuit playing the Jesuit in Dallas.
Right.
We're not only just talking about it, we being about it and demanding respect, and not just off the field, but on the field as well. So I'm so proud of all the schools in Louisiana. Keep up the great work. Keep making me look good.
There you go.
No doubt. But if you had to, if I was to take an educated guess, Carr has to be at least 6 or 7 nationally. Because they were what, 7?
They were 13 in Max Preps and another one 20-something.
I'm talking about American Heritage.
Oh, American Heritage. So in
Before
Max Preps,
lost?
after the loss,
Right.
in Max Preps, they had dropped to 23.
But before the loss,
they were 7th.
So that's what I'm saying. Carr just won. They were 13th.
Right.
They should be. They gotta be top 10. I
would hope so because the number 1 team in the nation, Matter Day, they lost.
And we know this weekend was full of football for you. It's full of football for all of us.
Yes.
This is what we all wait for. I just have a stat that I want to tell you.
Okay.
9 carries for 45 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yes, sir. Jasper Parker. Congratulations on that first collegiate touchdown.
Congratulations, young
brother.
brother.
Show, man. Young man came on here. He spoke like he was already getting interviewed in college.
Yes, he was.
Well, JB, man, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Definitely.
We got to get you back on again, especially, you know what? I don't know if we got to get him on post or pre or post Carr versus St. Aug, because I got to get your take on that.
You know what? We might have to put boots on. I hate to use the phrase. We might have to put boots on the ground on that one inside the trenches. That is going to be a momentous matchup that I think we all are waiting to see.
I think the 3 of us are all going to be there.
Oh, wow.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
all the sponsors sponsoring.
There you go.
And look, I know they got a lot of ballers out there, and there's a lot of ballers right out of there. That's if you right there. If you're a junior or a senior in high school, and you have aspirations of playing college football and having it paid for, go to csportspros.com. That's csportspros.com. Click and schedule a consultation. It's a free consultation. Look, college is expensive.
Very.
Very, very expensive. More expensive now than ever. Save thousands and thousands of dollars by visiting csportspros.com. Sign up for one of the consultation sessions, and you to get your college football paid for on the next level. Hey, well, y'all don't go nowhere. We got more high school football to talk right here in South Louisiana. We're going to probably mix it up with a little LSU, too, because we're going to have a former Ed Ogeron player come through here. That's right. We'll be joined by Go Tigers. We'll be joined by Andre. See, I got me messing up the name. Andre Anthony, former Edna Carr football player, right? Yep. Former Tiger, played for the Chicago Bears, and now he is a high school football coach locally here at Bonneville High. Can't wait to get him on the show. Y'all stick around. It's Inside the Trenches right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. Hello.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Hello, somebody. My name is Marlon Big Fave Favorite. If you're serious about playing college football on the next level and having it paid for, visit us at csportspros.com. Again, that's csportspros.com, or you can click the link below.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Here is where your story continues. Stretch the limits of your imagination. Create the world as you see it. One letter, one word, one pixel at a time. Move to the rhythm of your own story. Make something more. For him and her and them, for the world. Do what you love. Tell stories like never before in state-of-the-art recording, news, and editing studios. Created just for you. Learn skills that will never expire. Document moments, seconds, frames per second. Turn them into masterpieces. Creativity is more than a lifestyle. Make it a career. Tune into the sounds around you. Those notes, you were always meant to sing them. Creative boundaries, you were always meant to break them. Become the creative professional you are destined to be at the Anchor Institution for the Creative Economy. This is a stage, a world stage. New Orleans, culture rich. Loyola, hands-on access. Make the next move. Perform and work immediately. We do things differently. Use your creativity to impact society. Expand your mind. Be with and for others. Continue your story in the College of Music and Media at Loyola University, New Orleans.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Welcome back, beautiful people. It's Inside the Trenches. I'm your host, Marlon, Big Favorite, and thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. We're having ourselves a good time, and I want y'all to have a good time with me this weekend right here. So I'm probably gonna post it on my social media, but starting in Baton Rouge, calling Baton Rouge. That's right. I'll be on the Bud Light Tiger One Village stage right in front of PMAC. Show starts for 1:30 p.m.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll be out there with Mike Lauz and them. But CL probably gonna come out there. You know, he the hype man. So that's that. And then Sunday, 12 p.m., y'all come out to the west. I think I hit the stage about 12:30. But y'all know y'all gotta get. Y'all know it's right. Y'all come on, y'all church clothes. Bring package shorts.
Oh yeah.
You know, your T-shirt. Come on out there. We're going to keep the party going. Or come get a little church out there. Before I go on, I know the Gospel Explosion is supposed to be out there. But they're going to have Mia X. I know this weekend Drew Hill's performing.
Oh, wow.
Chopper's going to be out there and many more. But yours truly, shouts out to the West Bank Fest and Get Gordon crew
Get it done.
for getting it done. Yeah, they sponsored the stage. They sponsored the event. It's the Get Gordon stage. So, yeah, that's going to be lots of fun this weekend. West Bank Fest, Hilario Center, 12 noon. I want to see y'all out there. Shouts out to the West Bank Fest for having me once again. Well, I know a guy that played football on the West Bank. For school, we were just talking about it in the car. Yes, indeed, in their glory days. And then from there, he went on to play football at LSU. From LSU, he went on to the pros, and now he's staying in the football world as a head coach right here locally at Bonneville High School. Our next guest is none other than national champion. Okay. Yes, indeed. My big dog, homie, Andre Anthony, head coach of Bonneville. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Man,
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Oh, yeah, finally got him over here. I'm like, man, when I saw the announcement was made, I was so happy for him. A guy that really enjoyed the sport and, has done a great job. I won't still any of your questions, CL, because I know where you're coming with your questions first. But I'm going to start off. How does it feel, man, to coach at Bonneville, brother?
Man, it feels great. I ain't going to lie. It's a blessing, opportunity. I didn't think it was going to happen this fast as far as being a head coach, jumping into the coaching world when I got done. But like I said, it's just really, truly a blessing and an opportunity that I'm taking full advantage of.
Wow, brother. Well, first of all, the first time I saw you was on the news.
Mm-hmm.
So I caught the clip on channel 4.
Yeah.
I'm old school. But by all means, brother, tell the people where you from.
New Orleans, Louisiana, man. Born and raised, New Orleans East. Went to Carr, like he said, went on to play at LSU. Got drafted, got the opportunity to get drafted. 7th round to Tampa Bay, and then went on Chicago. And then literally tore my ACL with Chicago. Doing rehab, man, it was just kind of hard getting back into the groove of things. And I just like, man, I'm just ready to go ahead and hop into plan B, which I knew was coaching for me. And once I got into that world, man, I never looked back. And like I said, it's just been a blessing since then. Like I said, I was at Bonneville the year before as the D-line coach, and then got the opportunity to be the head coach after.
That's a big jump.
And it is. And it's crazy because, I'm like, it would have been easy for me with my connections and who I know to go to a car, I know Bryce at Carr, I know Nick at Landry Walker, I know Valdez at AUG, like a lot of people, named schools.
Right.
And then somehow I landed at Bonneville, not saying it's a bad school. I'm like, I'd really never really kind of much heard of it like that, but I'm like, started questioning, all right, God, what you trying to show me, And then now it makes sense. It makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Okay, I see why. And now it's just taking all my knowledge and my experience and just pointing it in these kids.
He's definitely telling us his age, too, because he said, I didn't know much about Bond, but us, we know Tamika Johnson,
they got
Big
a couple.
Foster, they got a couple, Wallace Foster, couple of folks. Bonneville had a few folks, but it comes with a lot of challenges of being head coach. You and I, you've done some stuff with me with Conquer Sports Consulting in regards to, how to approach this thing as a head coach. And the big challenge is where you're located.
Yeah.
Right? You're in Kenner. There's a lot of people there, but you also surrounded by schools like Rummel.
Mm-hmm.
They'll try to go to Holy Cross as well. It's a challenge. What is that like for a head coach, just to be creative with recruiting the kids?
Man, it's tough, especially not knowing the area like that. So it's really just kind of getting out there. Like the first thing I did was try to get out to those middle school games, make myself a familiar face, and then just kind of obviously implementing what I want to do at Bonneville as far as with the kids that I had, because nowadays everything is social media based and also too word of mouth. So I know, the things that I've been doing as far as like building that culture, that foundation, like the kids gonna come. And then I was outside of that and what I'm trying to do now, and people want to be a part of that, also to my name. They want to come like, hey, look, I want to be coached by this caliber player or person. So like my thing is just really, like I said, just making myself a familiar face, a face, making sure my name is carried well so that people want to come over here and come play. Like, let them understand, like, you don't have to go to, if you don't want to, like, there's opportunity everywhere. You can get looked at from anywhere. Right. You don't have to go to the Rummels, the Curtises, and all these big name schools to get recruited. You can get recruited anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, you just might have more opportunity to get on the field quicker here if you come in and do what you got to do.
And to the people that sometimes are listening think that we have a car bias. We don't. They're just that good.
Right.
And we would be remiss not to mention them. Brother, by all means, go ahead and tell the people what is the positive things and what are the reasons they should come to Rummel. To Bonneville.
To Bonneville. Man, obviously, come be a part of the change. Be a part of the change. Come be a part of what we're trying to build and what we are building. And kind of like putting Bonneville on the map. We can be just like everybody else. We may not have the resources as everybody else, but come be a part of that foundation that we're trying to build to get like that, to put Bonneville. I tell the kids all the time, I'm like, why not us?
Right.
We right there in the middle of Kenner. Like, recruits got to get off their flight right there by us. Like, they got to go, they got to pass us up. You can see us on the highway. They got to pass us up to go to car. They got to pass us up to go to Rummel and all that. Like, why can't we be the first stop?
Right.
Why can't we? And it's on us. I mean, not just me as a coach, but on the kids. Y'all coming every day, obviously effort and giving y'all all and just changing the narrative of what people think about Bonneville. I want people to be able to come and see a kid with a Bonneville T-shirt on and be like, man, look, that's a great kid. That's that football team is amazing. Or just the school as a whole, man. Just change the narrative on as far as football, the school, administration, like everything. That's what I want. And my thing is to the kids, come be a part of that. Like, and what's really, make everything come full circle is when I get a kid that transferred, that came in during the summer, and just word them out. And I had his cousins over there, two of his cousins over there, and they just was speaking about what what's going on and who our new head coach is and the things that we about to do, like, and they felt it like, oh, we about to be good, we about to really change something. And the kid literally told me, like, I was like, so why? Like, because here's the thing, we played East St. John in spring game, and I just met the kid. Like, he was waiting for his cousin to come out of the locker room and get dressed or whatever. And I'm like, hey man, you don't come to Marlon? He was like, no, I'm straight, coach. Then 2 months later, I want to come be a part of the change. I want to come be a part of the change in culture. And I'm like, that's crazy. For a kid to say. Right, what I'm saying? It could have been easy. And I'm coming over here because my cousin, he was good where he was at.
Right.
He was at a good school. He was at a great school, actually. But he was like, man, I want to be a part of what y'all got going on and what y'all trying to build and do it with my younger cousin. So,
hey, CL, this is another thing, too, that we have to factor in. He's relatively young to the kids, too, so it is a great opportunity. You have a coach that just played in the NFL, won a national championship. This is recent, so I think that's a plus, too, with getting some of those players to come in. We talk about the national championship, that LSU run. As a broadcaster, it was fun checking y'all boys out just each week, just building it up. Talk about that magical run, brother, in 2019.
Man, it was crazy. It was beautiful, man. Honestly, I tell people, like what was it? It was the brotherhood. We talk about, man, play for your brother, do it for your brother. Like most of those cats was from Louisiana. Like we either played with each other, played against each other, hung around each other. So us to all come together on that team and really just obviously buy in to what Coach Ho was doing and the system he was trying to build. Like we was really just doing it from each other. We just kids from New Orleans, different backgrounds, man, and just honestly just wanted to do something different. Make a statement, man. And once we put the pieces together, the players together, man, it was just all she wrote after that. Like that, like I said, the main thing I talk about is just the bond that we had outside of football and in football, like how we pushed each other. Like used to say it all the time, the best person you're gonna go against is the one that's on this field. And that was true. When you think about the players that we had, like you got Jamar Chase and Derek Stingley going against each other every day. You have no choice but to get better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going against the best O-lineman, me rushing out the edge, Caleb Chase and Michael Divinity. Like you going against the Cushionberries, the Austin Decklises, you're going against great people who are in the league right now still playing. So you're going against the best every day. So you have no choice but to get better. Even as a young guy, like you got no choice. And it was just all that coming together and like I said, putting it together is really what made it happen.
I'm sure that was an amazing year from spring all the way to the White House.
Yeah.
Give me a moment just for you. Be selfish right now.
Uh-huh.
Give me a standout moment of that entire year for you, brother.
For me personally?
Yes, sir.
I think it was a game. We played, I think, Texas. It was a good game, close game. And now, I tell people all the time, like I had to wait my opportunity, wait my turn. I sat behind like 2 first rounders that year. And we talk about opportunity. That was probably like my first time actually playing. Like since I got to LSU, I got hurt the year before. Obviously came back playing behind Caleb Arden Key, all these Michael Divinity, these good guys. Caleb goes down, Texas, I get in. It's a pass rush package. 3rd down, get in like towards the end of the game, the silly game, got a sack. Just board rushed them straight into the quarterback, got a sack. For that year, that was like one of the things that just like, okay, because there was a start of everything too, and it was even with like, you never know when your opportunity gonna come. You always got to be ready for it. And I tell people that all the time. It was not just 2019. I think another year we played Auburn. Like I had 2 sacks that game. I didn't even know I was playing.
Wow.
I didn't even know I was about to play. First kickoff, Rashawn Thornton running down on kickoff, ran into a double team, had a concussion.
Wow.
I had to play the rest of the game.
I remember that.
And like had the game of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was just crazy. Like I said, some people prepare for the moment, some people don't. And it was just like one of them things. Like I didn't know, I didn't expect to, but I was ready for it.
Right.
So that was like 2 of the moments that I can remember personally from the 2019 year that really like impacted me. Yeah.
And see how that's what's good for him, for the young players too.
I'm sure you're relatable. That's very relatable.
Because like you telling these recent stories, and I started working at LSU as LSU Sports Radio in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dre, you got there, Coach Miles, and then in the middle, you was what I call the switch up year.
Yeah.
And then
switch out too.
Yeah, it's switch out. That's right.
Switch out. Yeah.
And then that next year I started working with y'all, and I kind of saw the build up come, right? 2017.
Yeah.
That team had some ups and downs, right? Particularly trying to find that groove at the quarterback position.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then boom, Joe Burrow comes in, man, and it's just a whole.
Yeah.
So I noticed I met Joe 2 times. We made a talk, maybe a little over 2 seconds, right? Each time was up type deal, and hey man, what's good? And he kept rolling him and Jamar. But to come from Ohio State down here to Louisiana, we a whole nother culture.
Mm-hmm.
And how quickly he gained y'all respect. What that was like.
Man, it was crazy. He kind of first getting out, he was obviously nervous. He wasn't from the area. But once he started getting comfortable, you wouldn't have told a difference. Like he really just started, once he got comfortable with us And you got to think who you in a room with, who you around. Like, you're in a room with nothing but, not as the quarterback room, but the receivers. You got Jamal, you got Terrence, you got Justin. Ain't no Jose all day, you know. So it's just like as he got comfortable, he started doing the same thing back. You in a room with Clyde, then now you add PQ, you add Devin White, Michael. Like all of us, like kind of like I said, we all played with each other, or played with against each other. So once he got comfortable, man, like he just kind of he wasn't not let free like how we are, you know, coming from the city or nothing like that. But he just got comfortable in himself, and then we kind of knew who he was or what he was about to be when like practices. Like when he had some umph to him. Like he bought his game. Obviously he ain't about to let you like he gonna trash talk. I tell people all the time about the story. I think this was a spring camp. We going at it. You know, obviously you can't hit the quarterback at practice. Jacoby Stevens coming flying in there, almost take off his arm. So, you know, Joe got up in his face like, so Jacoby, like, man, I ain't, you know, you got to Jacoby, you know how he is. Man, you got to get hit in the game anyway. So it's like, y'all stop. Jacoby like telling, oh, man, stop babying or whatever like that. So we just started going at it. And then next play, literally, Joe get the ball. We flush him out the pocket. He runs to the sideline. Him and PQ get face to face. And he just started going at it. And I'm like, yeah. Like, he was like, okay, we kind of know. He wasn't shying away from nothing. Right. No, but you knew that when UCF game. Like, when he took that hit, like, hey, he gonna get up like a man. Like, we tell him, hey, when he couldn't slide, he didn't know how to slide. He come and try to run you over. He ain't ducking no smoke. You know what I'm saying? He was like that at practice. So we like, okay, we got something on our hands. Like, we got somebody. And that just made us want to even play for him more. You know what I'm saying, too? Like, be behind him more because he felt like he fit right in with us. Once he got there, he got comfortable. He fit in right with us. And then once we knew the type of player we got at practice, yeah. We was like, oh, yeah. He one of us. He one of us for sure.
Well, brother, you are the head coach. You are the head coach. Yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations. Do us all a favor. Give us a player that's not on the radar, on this national radar right now, at Bonneville right now.
So we got a couple, man.
Yeah, come on. Run them.
I know right now my defensive end, Quincy Jackson, he remind me so much of myself, just bigger coming out of high school. Man.
That's not who you're talking about. Huh?
I'm trying to remember.
He played the defensive end. He a senior.
Right. But where was he before?
He was here.
Okay.
He been at
yeah, it was a guy that was somewhere else that came.
He was at Bonneville. I got my hands on. He played D-line, DN. Man, like everything. Like he just flawless with pass rush. You know, I'm gonna show love to my boys, my D-line. Marvin, he a senior. We got a group, our quarterback, Carl Perkins, he's gotten way better. I'm bringing on Alden Clark. Alden Clark was my quarterback at Carl when we went to the Dome. So bringing him on, like now all they talk about now is nothing but the quarterback. If you knew him before, you like, man, he got 10 times better. You know, that's a contribute to Alden. Just our offense as a whole, that's a contribute to Edward Victorian and how he's handling that offense. But it's a lot of guys, especially young guys, who are coming along like Keon Harper, Raheem, who are going to be some real big guys coming out once we get this thing to where we want it to be. But we really got a great group. We just got a transfer from Destrehan. He's going to be real good. Like we're putting together the missing pieces, you know, and it's really, really coming along really well. And like that's just a few names. Like I said, I really could go like, especially the defense and like offense too. I mean, we got like 23 seniors.
Wow.
So like this is gonna be a big year. And I tell my guys, I'm like, dang, you know, I wish I was the head coach last year because we had some kids that were really, really good last year too. And you know, like I said, I just want to pour my experiences and give these guys some of the things that I had or didn't have coming out of high school to develop them and also try to get them to that next level. Because nowadays, like the playing field is easy now.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go to a big school to get, you know, looked at. You can go to a JUCO and still be good.
And that's the thing that, you know, obviously I'm a dinosaur, so that's the thing that kind of blows me because it's like you can actually transfer
Yes.
in high school, and what, you only have to wait out one game, one or two games?
Depending on where you're coming from, like you might not have to sit out you might have to sit out a year, you might have to sit out, a game maybe,
Right.
depending on LHSA and how they do their
How they
things.
review it.
Depending on what area you come from. Like it's weird now stepping into the coaching world because I dealt with it when I went to Carr.
Right.
I was at Miller McCoy. I had to sit out my first 3 games
Right.
at Carr. So it was just
And see, and that's even
forgot
after.
about that.
Yeah, and see, that's even after the fact because in the beginning it used to be you only went to school in your district where you lived around. So if you lived in Algiers, you had 3 options: Landry, Walker, or Carr. So when it changed to cats from way across the river, like you say, you out the east, and you end up going to Carr. I didn't understand how that.
He was
how
at
that
Miller
happened.
McCoy, shut
at
down
Miller
as a
McCoy.
school, though,
Yep.
right? That's why he ended up at Carr.
Because I was supposed to get the year, but ended to get up 3 games and was able to play the rest of the season. But it was just weird because that thing was I left the school too early before it shut down. And like, it don't matter. The school was about to close down
That's
in
right.
2 more days.
I remember this,
You wanted me
man.
to wait 2 more days?
Right.
Like, but that was the argument. Like, you should have waited, but it was just like, okay.
Man, you couldn't, brother.
Right,
I
what you
remember
want?
that. I remember that because Nick was over there. Coach Nick
Yeah,
Foster
he was
over
Nick.
there.
Him and Brock was over there.
That's
Oh,
right.
wow.
Brock was over there. Brock went back to Carr. Then Nick left once the school closed down.
Well, Dre, man, thank you so much for coming on, brother. Next time we got to bring you on, bring one of your players or bring a
Right.
few of them. We usually at small sliders and got all kind of food and stuff for them. But we definitely want to continue to big you up, brother.
Definitely.
Congratulations on again, once the coaching job. That's something that's huge and it's passionate for us to always stay a part of it. Now, what we do for our guests that come on the show, we usually, that's your camera right there.
Okay.
If it's a message for like a young defensive end, or this may be a message to kids that's thinking about where they want to go to school, tell them about yourself and give them a bit of advice. And more than likely, they'll probably want to play for you one day.
Man, my main thing I tell, obviously, like I said, opportunity. I always take every day as an opportunity. Every day you wake up is an opportunity. And trust the process. It don't matter where you at, what school you at, everybody can make it out. Look, you looking for a home, you looking for a place to be, you want to get some NFL experience, some NFL knowledge, come over here. Come to Bonneville, man, we got it all. Like I said, come be a part of the changing culture that we're doing right now. So,
well, he's Andre Anthony, national champion 2019, your LSU Tigers, 7th-round draft pick to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and now he's the head coach at Bonneville High School. Y'all be sure to check him out. And that's the Bonneville Bruins football. Y'all can follow them on Instagram. Well, another great show in the books. Thank y'all so much for tuning in the whole time. Big ups to our sponsors, Conquer Sports Pros. Remember, if you're a junior or a senior high school football player and you have aspirations of playing college football on the next level and you want it paid for, visit csportspros.com. Again, that's csportspros.com. Shouts out to Dr. Kendra. Yeah, getting me a CL over here, right? I'm still working, Doc. I know look, it's football season back. The CMOS helmet, man, and them hot dogs at LSU and all them.
I gotta stay out the suite, Doc.
Boudin balls and all that. Yeah, we gotta stay out the suite, Doc. We gotta stay out the suite. But I'm taking my vitamins and appreciate it. Doc. And y'all should do the same thing. Visit stillbody.org. Get a CMOS. She got the elderberry. She got the Speed Up 365 and many more products. Athletes, y'all eating all them that wild food. Take one of her tablets to Speed Up 365 to make sure y'all keeping y'all diet regulated. And get Gordon. Yeah, and get it done. Big ups to Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys. Big ups to the crew. 504-800-8888. Give them a call if you got any personal injuries. You need some help. Get with the G team. They'll get you rolling and let them know that you heard about them right here on Inside the Trenches. Hannah Montana, Taylor Gang, all the crew up in there, Damian. Shouts out to UP Spin. Yes, indeed. Little Chris over there holding us down. Kayla. Big ups to CL NOLA in the building, all our guests. We got Andre Anthony in the building, baby. Adding the car. Man, all they do is win, man. You almost get the trifecta, baby. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, y'all. Big ups to all our sponsors. And most importantly, you for tuning in. We'll be back next Monday, 6:30 p.m., right here at the Loyola Studios. Shouts out to our crew at ESPN Baton Rouge. Y'all have a great week. Go Tigers. Hello, somebody.
Inside the trenches.